I'd love to thank all of you for having us here today. I mean, it's truly an honor to come before our public servants and discuss an issue that is incredibly near and dear to our hearts, and I feel very humble, so I thank you so much. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Genevieve Padalecki. I'm the wife of this guy over here, Jared, and we currently live just down the road. I grew up between the Bay Area and Sun Valley, Idaho, and Jared grew up just down I-35 in San Antonio. When we got married, we were living in Los Angeles, and when we began having children, it was very important to Jared and me to find a place that had the quality of life of Sun Valley, the diversity of San Francisco, and respectfulness of San Antonio, excuse me. Once we had our first child, we knew that we had to move to Texas, and we moved to Austin. We chose it because the mutual respect, the kindness for others, tolerance, and the way the old-fashioned mixed with the modern world. It's a place that we are proud to raise our young children in, and we are excited to watch them grow and develop as native Texans. Here I am a mom. I have 3 children. I have Thomas, who is 5. I have Shep, who's 3, and we recently had a daughter named Odette, who is 2 months old. My day-to-day routine is carpooling to school and nursing the baby at night, and hopefully by day you might catch me running like Austin with the kids in tow. While acting has been on the back burner, I've recently partnered with the company Pop and Suki with my social media, Now and Jen, to raise a combined $100,000 for the Human Rights Campaign as well as Planned Parenthood. I am also on the board of Random Acts, a 501c3 started by another fellow supernatural actor, Misha Collins. Random Acts' mission statement is to conquer the world one random act of kindness at a time. And while Jared is being a dad and balancing his work life on Supernatural Films in Vancouver, Canada, he tries to find time focusing on his campaign, Always Keep Fighting, or supporting To Write Love on Our Arms, where he hopes to shed light on mental health, depression, and struggles with self-injury and suicide. The topic of tolerance is incredibly important to me and to Jared, and it's an incredibly important topic that we want to instill in our children. We want our kids to understand empathy and to embrace diversity with open arms, and I only hope that they are met with the same warmth. And this is why we are here today. I don't know too many people who grew up unscathed from the battles of the school playground. I too was heavily bullied. I will never forget having food thrown at me during lunch, physically assaulted by fellow peers, and names called at me that still give me a bit of anxiety to this day. Thankfully, I had the luxury to hide out in a music room or to bury my frustration into my soccer practices. The bullying began and it ended at school. I didn't have to take it home with me in my cell phone. The world today is a very different world than the world that I grew up in. School was left at school, cell phones were known as car phones, and the internet and social media didn't really exist. Today's children live and breathe social media. Cell phones are an essential tool. They provide the location of our children and the quick check-in from a parent's point of view. And for kids, they provide communication with their peers and an outlet such as music apps and social media. Teens use their phones on a regular basis. And as parents, there's only so much we can protect our children from. We can tell them to look the other way. We can tell them to ignore the situation, to be stronger and tougher, rise above it, etc. But if you're told over and over and over again messages about how worthless you are or terrible you are, at some point the saying, sticks and stones break my bones, doesn't apply, because words really do hurt, especially if there isn't a way to turn them off. There needs to be consequences for these cowardly actions. I am grateful and I'm proud to live in a community and a state that values children and their mental health and that recognizes the damage that can be done from the misuse and abuse of social media. We thank these families for doing what Jared and I try to do, to create awareness of mental health issues, how they arise, how to combat them, and how to cope. And sometimes you need to pass a law to equip people with the tools that they need to combat a pervasive problem and protect the health of people, and what is more important than our kids. I've heard the Mollocks talk about their son David and their family experience when he was the target of severe and sustained cyberbullying. They say it created a mental health crisis in their home for all of their family members, and it led to a devastating consequence that Jared and I can't even imagine. We are so sorry for your loss. David's Legacy Foundation, started by Maureen and Matt Mollock in honor of their son, is dedicated to ending cyberbullying. By educating communities about the harmful effects of cyber abuse, providing support for bullying victims, and promoting kindness. That is right up the alley of random acts of kindness and always keep fighting. I want to thank the Moloch family for sharing your story, and I'm so sorry for your tragedy. And I'm hoping that through David's legacy, we can impact the lives of others. We need to raise awareness and prevent another tragedy from happening. If we as adults set the right examples through random and purposeful acts of kindness and consideration, and by encouraging kids who are suffering from any kind of abuse to always keep fighting, because there is no shame in fighting every day, because it means that you are still alive to hear these words. We wanted to be here today to show Texas how much we love our state and its people. We are happy to share this space with the Moloch and these families and David's Legacy Foundation as we all move together to make our communities, online and physical, better, safer, and kinder for us all, but especially for our kids.